Good afternoon once again. So in the previous one, we have completed up to this. So advantage of using bigger size means cement is less, water is less used, shrinkage is also going to be less used. Okay, but it has some limitation. It has some limitation. What are those? Okay, what are those? We can see that the maximum size you can use, but it it is depending upon something. What are those? Thickness of the section. If you are using a beam, if you are constructing a beam is a horizontal member when taking the load. Okay, beam. I hope you have understood. You have completed your first year elements of civil engineering. There beams, column, beams. The chapter was there. Okay. So now, if beam size is itself, sorry, let us say uh, 80 mm or 100 mm. Let us say very small beam comes over the bathroom or WC. Beam size or beam depth is itself 100 mm. You cannot use 80 to 100, no. So that is the, what is that, restriction to use the aggregate. Means if the member depth is D and aggregate size is D, always D should be more than D. It is the meaning like this. Okay, you cannot use this aggregate size which is more than this or almost equal to this, because if you are using equal also for mixing concrete everything, still you require larger depth. To avoid that one, at least half of that one aggregate size is selected. Spacing of reinforcement. What is happening? If this is a big column, big this one, if you are using the reinforcement bars like this, vertical stirrups like this, okay? Here the gap itself is 20 mm. Gap between the bars is 20 mm. You cannot use a 40 mm aggregate, no, in a concrete. You cannot use 40 mm or more than that one. So that is the restriction. What is that? Spacing of steel, spacing of reinforcement. Spacing means what? These are the bars, no? So distance between each bar is called as spacing. So verticals are called as stirrups, horizontal bars are called as longitudinal bars. Okay, main steel. It's called as main steel. These are called as stirrups. So this is one thing. Okay, for controlling the maximum size. Clear cover. Clear cover means what? If let me draw once again. If this is the cross section, if this is the cross section of any beam, clear cover means from here to here you are providing steel. Let us say if you are providing the steel, this portion, this gap from the topmost bar to the top cover or bottommost bar to the bottom cover, this is called as cover. So always your aggregate size, whatever you are using in preparation of concrete, no, it should not be more than this. It is very, very important. It should not be more than this or at least lesser than this. Okay. And again, for mixing, handling, placing, you can have a different type of aggregates. So four things it is depending: thickness of the section, steel spacing, clear cover, and mixing handling operations. Okay, mixing handling operation. What is that mixing handling placing means what? Okay, if the site is very near and here you can directly put concrete here. So distance is not so more. If distance is not so more, so you can have bigger aggregates. Transportation is easy. Okay, if the site is very very far away, so transportation will be big problem. So that time you can have smaller aggregates. Okay, that is the thing. Generally, for heavy steel, heavy reinforced concrete, if more steel is used, more steel, okay, like this, more steel is used, aggregate should be, the maximum size of aggregate should be restricted to 5 mm less than minimum clear distance between main bars, or 5 mm less than minimum cover to the steel. Don't get confused, I will explain. If this is the beam cross section, these are the bars which are running here. Okay, these are the stirrups, these are the stirrups. Okay, so this cover is there, no, this distance whatever may be the cover, less 5 mm, minus 5 mm should be aggregate size, minus 5. If this is a 20, you can have 20 minus 5, 15. Okay, you can have maximum up to 15 mm sized aggregates. That is the meaning. Okay, whatever the main steel is there, no, so here one steel, another steel will come in cross section. Okay, so how you can see like this, these main bars will appear as a square, sorry, dots in the main thing, and these stirrups will appear like this. So this gap is there, no, so again this gap minus 5 mm, that should be your normal aggregate size. Okay, your aggregate size should not be more than this gap. Your aggregate size should not be more than this gap. You remember these points, that's sufficient. Don't go all these things. Okay, don't go all these things. Hmm? Okay, now here another point is there. What is that? For practical consideration, generally maximum size, again and again, 20 mm are generally used. So all construction works, they go for 20 or combination of 20 and 10. Okay, 20 and 10, like that they are generally used. Okay, now that was the size factor. Now it is what? Shape factor. I told you, no, shape. Okay, rounded shape, irregular shape, like that, flaky shape, elongated shape. Okay, these are the shapes. Now shape of aggregate is an important characteristics. It affects the workability. As explained earlier, workability means how easily you can mix, place, transport, compact, finish the fresh concrete. That is called as workability. Okay. The characteristics of parent rock must and also the crusher will be used to influence the shape of aggregate. If parent rock is very strong, if parent rock is very weak, so this will lead to one type of shape, this will lead to another shape. Okay, that is quite understandable, no? All the aggregates will not be having same shape. That is the meaning here. Depending upon its origin rock, shape will be changing. And other very important influencing factor is what type of crusher you have used. Okay, depending upon the crusher arrangement, you will be getting rounded aggregates, irregular aggregates, cubical aggregates, okay, flaky aggregates. So depending upon the crusher, shape is also finalized. Now you can see here how you are understanding. The rocks from Pune region are generally flaky. Okay, the rocks from Pune region generally flaky aggregates, but good granite rock from Bangalore will be cubical in nature. What point we have discussed? Parent rock means what? The source of rock will also determine its final aggregate characteristics. So Pune region you generally get flaky aggregate. From Bangalore region you generally get cubical type of aggregate. Okay, so that is the point. Now here these are the names of the rocks: schist, slates, shales. These commonly produce flaky aggregates, whereas granite, basalt, quartzite will generally give good aggregates. Good aggregates, simple. These are metamorphic type of rocks. These are igneous rocks, like that. You can understand. From the standpoint of economy, so rounded aggregates are good compared to angular aggregates. Rounded aggregates are good for angular aggregates. Why? Here the point discussion is economy. So rounded means less cement, angular means more cement. Okay, more cement is used. So lesser cement means economy. That's all. Okay, so like that. On the other hand, additional cement is required for angular aggregates. That's what we have just now explained here. So it's an offset to some extent by higher strength and sometimes the greater durability as a result of interlocking. So one advantage and one disadvantage, no? So rounded, irregular. So here less cement, more cement. Okay, so less is here good point. Here it is a more cement is, it's not a good point. Okay, that is one thing. So here bonding is less, here bonding is more. So bonding more means what? Strength is more. Bonding is more means strength is more. So one advantage, one disadvantage, both it is possible. Okay, Apart from that, you should not select flaky or elongated material. Okay, that is the first thing you should understand. Flaky, elongated. You should always avoid those type of things. Okay. Texture. So smooth texture, rough texture. Smooth and rough. Same point. No? Smooth is less cement. Rough textured means more cement. Less cement means good for economy. It is not good for economy. Rough textured. But bonding is less here. But bonding is more here. Overall strength is little bit less. Overall strength is little bit more. Okay, like that. Here you can get workability more. Here you can get workability less. These are the points which you are going to study the in texture. That's the this one. Surface texture is the property which measures depends upon relative degree which the particle surfaces are polished or dull, smooth or rough. Like this you can have a texture. Polished surface, dull surface, smooth surface, rough surface. So whenever we are discussing the surface characteristics, we generally call it as texture. We call it as texture. Okay. So that texture also depends upon hardness, grain size, pore structure, rock structure, okay, forces acting on the particle. It's forces acting on the particle. Okay. So here you can see hard, dense, fine grained material will generally smooth texture. Hard, dense, fine grained material. Okay, they are good. They give smooth surface, but smoothness increases, contact area decreases. Okay, highly polished particle will have less bonding. This point is very important. Highly polished particles are less bonding area. Okay, so the with the matrix is nothing but cement paste. It is nothing but cement paste. Overall you should understand that polished or smooth particles will will be not good in bonding, will not be in good bonding, whereas the rough one are good in bonding. Rough one are good in bonding for the same cement volume, for the same cement volume. Okay. Okay. So the same points. Here they have explained cement consumption. What is that cement consumption? We have already studied that cement consumption is less. Smooth particles, however, requires thin layer of paste, thin layer of paste to lubricate its movement. That means cement consumption is less. It will therefore permit a denser packing. Means what? Less cement is used. Means what? More cement is available for other works. To join the particles, paste used is less. Paste used to cover these things is less. So more cement paste is there. More cement paste is there. Okay, like that. That is the meaning. Okay, but see here. But the rough textured aggregate develops higher bond strength. It will develop higher bond strength than the smooth textured aggregates. Smooth textured aggregates. Okay. Now that was very important. Now here deleterious material present in sand. We are going to see. Just we will go through this one. There is nothing much to explain here. It's a factual data like that. Impurities or deleterious materials which are present in sand or fine aggregate. What are those which are harmful? Clay lumps or other friable materials. Clay material. Material which are less than 75 microns. 75 microns. Okay. Lignite, coal, soft particles, lightweight jet. These are some of the impurities. These are some of the impurities. What is those? In clay lumps or other fiber materials, they avoid bonding. They avoid bonding. They avoid bonding. If clay is there, it will cover the surface of aggregates and it will not allow the aggregate to bond with cement paste. Aggregate and cement paste bonding is reduced here if clay material is there. Other materials are what? Silt, crushed dust. These are also other materials. These are also other materials. What are its impacts if these things are there? Okay, so water requirement may be increased if you may be needing more water. Wear and tear resistance is reduced. Impair means what? It will alter, but you can understand that resistance is decreased. Durability is reduced. Durable means lifelongness. Pop outs means what? Later, after construction of some wall, something will come and fall. Something from inside will starts coming out. That is called as pop out. It's called as pop out. Okay. So materials passing through 75 mm. They generally what type of impact they are going to do? Water demand is increased. Water demand means what? To mix, you require more water. That is a good or bad? Obviously, it is a bad thing. Okay, don't use more water. Okay, bond strength is reduced and air entrainment is also reduced. What is happening? Very fine materials are there means air is going to entrap. Air is going to be entrapped there. Okay, these are the effect. These are the effect. What is happening here? If lignite and coal is there, what is this? These are also detrimental. Means what? Final concrete quantity is reduced. Quality is going to be reduced. Again, it may cause pop outs. Again, it may cause pop out. Means from a portion, something inside is going to come after construction. This is called as after construction. Impair ability to air entrainment means against what? In the wet concrete, the air is trapped here. Air is trapped. That is why it call it air entrainment. Call it as air entrainment. So what we are discussing is what are the impurities present in a fine sand and what are its effects. We are seeing those things. Okay, so A, B, C, we are in the third type of impurity. Almost all impacts are same only. Quality reduce, more water demand, pop-outs, air will be entrapped. These are the four common effects of impurities which are present. Okay. Again, some other classification is there. Soft materials. We don't know what type of soft materials which are present as the impurities. Maybe paper material, maybe some jute material. Okay, soft material. So again, it will lead to pop-outs, durability is reduced, less resistance to wear and tear. Wear and tear means it's not going to be strong there. Okay. So you can see the effect, no? Almost all the effects are same. That means all impurities are bad. So that is why we are calling them as impurities. Okay. So lightweight chert means if specific gravity of that particle is 2.4 and less. If it is less than this 2.4, then we call it as lightweight chert. So effect is same thing, no? Durability reduction, popping out. Durability reduction and popping out. Okay. So now here we have completed this module. Okay. So you can watch these two things. We are ready for the exam. All the best. So any doubts you can have interaction in the doubt clearing session. So that will take in the next class. So what is that? Any doubts in this portion? Okay. So lightweight chert, soft particles, lignite and coal, materials which are passing 75 micron means very less, very less. Okay. So clay lumps. Okay. So coming to this. So how many type of materials there as impurities? Clay lumps, materials smaller than 75, lignite coal, soft particles, lightweight. Why it is explained means it has appeared in the one of the VTU semester and exam. Explain the deleterious materials present in sand and its impact on the concrete, overall impact on the concrete. So should be able to explain. Hmm? Okay, so we will stop here.